quick video of my night dive with Brian, Kenny, Matt, and Dylan. This was the night of the octopus. I saw at least a half a dozen octopi of various sizes. This is an Eastern Pacific octopus, and this was my favorite encounter of the evening. This guy actually kept crawling towards me. He didn't jet away. He actually went my direction, went into the lights. Full grown, their mantle's about 8 centimeters long. So this guy is not quite full grown, but pretty close. You can see how big he is in comparison to my hand there. Interesting little tidbit, they actually can taste with their tentacles. So you could see he touched my glove and sort of recoiled. I guess neoprene isn't a favorite flavor of theirs. The visibility this evening was not particularly good. In the shallows, it was maybe 5 feet. Once we got past about 45, 50 feet, it opened up to a good 15, 20 foot of visibility. That's not uncommon in Vets Park. We almost ran face first into this jelly. This is called a fried egg jelly. And if you look at the top of the bell, you can see a yellow glob that looks like the yolk of an egg. Thankfully, the nematocysts on these jellies are very mild, so even if we had run face first into it, we wouldn't have been stung too badly. We found 1 or 2 sheep's crab during the dive. We didn't find the big guy who's missing the top part of his pincher. Apparently, sheep's crab actually have what's called a final molt. While most crustaceans will molt continually over their lives, sheep's crab will reach a terminal molt where that's as big as they'll ever get. Here's a little baby octopus sitting next to a small flounder who tried to conceal himself by burying himself in the sand. Matt's trying to put his hand in for some perspective. There were, of course, target shrimp everywhere that you can see here. But this little octopus was just barely bigger than the tip of my finger. And of course, you can't dive Vets Park in a night dive without hopefully encountering some baby horn sharks. This guy was in the shallows about 20 feet. The surge was pretty bad here, but I managed to get some footage. And here was a baby Thornback Ray. Its disc was no bigger than a saucer. I've seen some large ones out in Vets Park. It's always a treat to get to see these little guys. This was actually the first octopus that we encountered in the evening. This is when I was with the big group. Octopi are probably one of my favorite things to see. He would move from clump of kelp to clump of kelp, changing the texture of his skin to try to blend in. And once he realized that the jig was up, that we had figured him out, he'd mosey on over to the next one and try it all over again just to see if he could hide. Apparently, they only live about 2 years, which is surprising given their intelligence. It really is always a treat to see these little guys. Hopefully I'll get to see a larger Pacific octopus one day.